Happy Friday. I'm so happy you were able to join me today. I want to share some information with you that will help you this weekend to hopefully go out and turn more of your prospects into finalized, solidified sales. That is what we're in business for. Sometimes we need a reminder of that, so I'm here to remind you you're in business to make sales, and we want to go ahead and focus on something we can do, and that is scripting. What are we saying to our potential prospects to turn them into finalized sales? So we're going to focus on that this weekend, and it's really important right now because more and more people are going online to start their home search, and then they're picking up the telephone call and they may ask you a question about a listing, or they may ask you a question about how to get pre-qualified. They have questions about how to sell their house. There's so many different questions that people have, but they're starting that search online, and then they're either emailing you or they're calling you. So it's very important for us as sales professionals, to know how to make that connection with someone via the telephone and via the internet and make that sale, because we may not always have the opportunity to be face-to-face with them to get that sale made, because they have questions and we need to find out what do we need to do to get them connected to us so that we get that sale when it does happen. So let's focus on 3 different things that we can do with our scripting to help us make that sale via the telephone or via the internet. The first one is that what people really want to know when they're asking you questions, regardless what they're asking you, is why should I do business with you? What is it about you that's so special that I should do business with you? And some people are going to come right out and ask you, well, why should I do business with you? Why should I list my house with you? Other people are going to ask you every question in the book except for that. And that's really the question that they want to know the answer to, but they're afraid to ask that question. Some people are too timid to ask that question. But really, that's what most people want to know, is why should I do business with you? What is so special about you that sets you apart from all the other people out there that I should be considering you to give my business to? So I challenge you this weekend to really think, what is it that makes you special and different from all of the other agents, and why should someone stay and do business with you? And script your words so that you're ready to deliver that on a moment's notice via telephone, via internet, whatever it is that they constantly get from you. Hey, this person does some dynamic things and I should be doing business with them. They always are telling me about the great things that they do and setting themselves apart, whether it's service or products, whatever it is that you have to offer. The second thing that you want to make sure that you do via telephone and via internet is really important to try and learn this skill, is how to connect with someone on a personal level. You got to find a way to make that connection so that they want to stick with you when they go and they make that decision to have the sale, because they could call you and just ask a question, and then when they're ready to buy a house they could call another agent, or have you said something or done something that makes them stick with you. So you got to find that personal connection. One of my home inspectors this week shared with me something that he does often, and he does all of his selling on the telephone. Obviously, people are calling to schedule home inspections and ask about fees and whatnot, and they may ask him, how much does your home inspection cost? And he'll jokingly say to them, well, how much money do you have? And that's a great thing to do, because then they kind of chuckle or laugh a little bit, and so they've made a rapport there, and he's not going to lose that business because of that. They have a connection. They've established, a relationship of sorts. And you can do this via email, and you can do this via telephone. It's very easy. It's just a skill that you have to practice. And that's part of scripting, is knowing what to say, knowing what to do, and being able to deliver it, and not just being off the cuff, because if you're off the cuff all the time, you might say something that you regret. Where if you practice and practice, you're going to be off the cuff, but it's going to be something that's going to help you get the business right then and there. So I challenge you to really think about what it is you can say to make that connection with the client when you're on the telephone with them for the first time, or you're emailing them back and forth for the first time. What can you do to make that connection? And then number 3, this is probably one of the most important scripting things you can do, is to be prepared when someone asks you, what do you do for a living? Because you're going to run into people in your business networking, in your social networking, wherever you are, at the grocery store, and they're going to ask you, what is it that you do for a living? And how many of you go, oh, I'm a real estate agent, or I sell real estate? There is so many better ways to answer that question, and a lot of really good salespeople will end the answer to that question after they've gone into exactly what they do with something along the lines of, and I don't know if you have a need for this right now, but if you ever do, please feel free to just give me a call, and they're handing their business card out. They're not waiting to be asked for their card. They've got their card out, and they're delivering their card along with what they do for a living. And so it's very, very important to have that script ready to go, because that's going to get you more business than anything else that you do, is just being ready to deliver something unique and right on the spot about what it is you do for a living, and hand out your card. Say, hey, if you ever need my services, just give me a call. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And, if you know anybody else, feel free to hand my card out as well. So I challenge you, you've got 3 things to work on this weekend for your scripting. The more you practice your scripting, the better off you're going to be, and you'll be able to deliver something right straight to someone. And I challenge you all, in addition to practicing and coming up with these scripts and practicing them, to do something else to help better your scripting as well, and that's to just go out and practice and practice and practice. And we're going to talk a lot about that next week, but one of the things you can do to practice is go to a Toastmasters group. It's great. I attend a Toastmasters group on Tuesday mornings at 6:30 in the morning at Paradise Bakery at Dana Park Village. You're all welcome to attend. You're welcome to attend any Toastmasters meeting. And it's so fun and it's so great, and you will be able to practice your scripts there. You're going to meet people, you're going to say things, and you're going to be put on the spot to say things, and it's a lot of fun, and you're going to learn how to do those things. So I challenge you to go out and practice this weekend, come up with your scripts, have a great and prosperous weekend, and if you have any questions, you can call me as always. Take care. Bye-bye.